Alright, what's going on YouTube? Here about to build my custom 29-gallon sump. I've cut all the pieces, and if you can kind of see, I've done some measurements. I'm going to have 3 chambers. The first chamber is going to be filter sock and my Marineland 300-gallon in-sump skimmer. It's kind of huge, but I got it for 20 bucks on Craigslist. Sent out to Marineland for a new pump. They're sending me the pump now. And it was covered under warranty, which is cool. So, originally I was going to go for 11 inches wide on the sump, but just to keep my adjust knob right here in line, I had to go out about another inch and a half. It's just going to make my refugium a little smaller, which I'm okay with, because I think that was about 14 inches, which is pretty big. And as you can see, my water level is going to be pretty high. The acrylic pieces, how I cut the acrylic, you can kind of see right here. I used Harbor Freight. It's a double cut saw, which means there's 2 blades on it, and there's 2 small blades. Let's see if you can kind of see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I got the acrylic. It's a 1/4 inch acrylic. I called around to see if anybody would cut it for me, and I found a guy that was close to my house that they made acrylic. They made like acrylic shelving units. And he gave me a piece, 48 inch wide, or 48 inch long. I think it was 25 inches wide. Gave me a piece, just gave it to me for free. It was one of their scrap pieces, which was awesome, because I found a place who would cut me a 1/4 inch, and they were going to be 12 bucks a sheet, or 12 bucks for each little piece. So save some money there. Now, when you cut this stuff, the measurements for a 29-gallon are 11 3/4 inch wide, and I have 1 14 and 3 13 inches high. And when you cut this stuff, I used a T-square, and the guy said, make sure that you vise it down. So I used a bunch of clamps and put it down, and it worked perfectly. It's white because there's a film on it. It's perfectly clear. And right here, I use my scraps. This is going to be the middle section of the bubble trap, and that's going to be 14 inches high. I don't think it would matter since I'm raising it up about an inch, but I wanted to have an extra piece left. I was going to use the hood, the original hood with the aquarium, but it just wasn't going to work out. But if this piece, as you can see, is going to be pretty much perfect size, and I'm going to use, I have 1 extra piece that I'm going to use to make a filter sock holder. I haven't decided on whether I'm going to use this piece or use the 4-inch PVC, the do-it-yourself filter sock holder, which I saw on YouTube, which is pretty cool, and I've kind of recommended to people. Haven't decided that yet. I might get the piece and see how it fits, but this skimmer is so big that it could be a problem. Now, my working height on my skimmer is, I think, up to 11 inches. So I used, once again, my little toy chest thing, cut it down. This was the other piece of when I made the overflow box. If you can kind of see it, it's right under here. That was one of the pieces that I used, and I raised it up. And let me see if I can kind of get a measurement here without going too much. The working level of the skimmer is going to be about 10 inches. I can adjust it. I had kind of a restriction on how much I could do because how high it would fit in my stand. But this gives me, with this height, this gives me about 3 inches of working room above the skimmer. So I can get the collection cup out and I can raise it or lower it if I need to. So, and then, yeah. So I'll come back with you. I'm going to use the clear, hold on, the Loctite clear, aquarium safe, silicone, and I'm going to start siliconing all these things in, and we'll go from there. I wish that I could put my skimmer kind of someplace else, but I want it in the first chamber. It's going to be enough room to drop the filter sock in the back. I would prefer to have the filter sock and the skimmer next to each other instead of in front of each other, so I could easily grab. But I got enough room in there. That's why I designed the stand without a middle brace, so I can get back in there and grab the filter sock. So I will start gluing some stuff in, and I'll get back to you and show you what I got. Thanks. All right, here's just a quick shot after I got everything siliconed in. Right now I have just a little over 1/2 inch space on my bubble trap. And yeah, there's the other one. I'll come back when everything's dry and I can sit it upright. Alright, YouTube, here's my refugium built. I'm still waiting for the silicone to cure, but everything's all tight in there. I just gotta let it cure fully. I had explained there's my little stand for my huge protein skimmer. As you can see, I have a couple inches of play. Plumbing's all hooked in the back. And there's my bubble trap with my return. And, sorry, there's my bubble trap with my return. My intake, and then where my refugium and live rock will be. And then everything will be covered with this piece of piece of acrylic, and we won't have too much evaporation. There's a film on this. It'll actually be white, but I'll give you an overhead view, or it'll actually be clear. I'll give you an overhead view. There's the bubble trap, and then there's the intake. You can see it's really thick plexiglass, or acrylic, 1/4 inch. It's not going anywhere. So, alright, well, next step is filling this thing up with water testing everything, checking all my fittings, and then we'll put sand and live rock, let it go for a couple weeks, and we'll start moving everything over from the BioCube. Thanks. Rate, comment, subscribe.